All the talk I've heard about Lucifer Morningstar and how he is said to be above death and that death has no claim over him. But how is this possible if death herself is the end of all things, all concepts, gods, and everything else? But let's say for a fact that death did indeed claim Lucifer. And we ask ourselves the question, what would happen if Lucifer Morningstar ceased to exist? I've read the last few volumes that led up to the conclusion of Lucifer Morningstar's story, and a lot of things piqued my interest. There was a series of events that led Lucifer to basically wanting to take his name out of the book of destiny itself, therefore erasing the devil from all history and all of existence. So he would go through the infinite book of destiny and scratch out his name whenever it is used. But doing so had consequences on existence that nobody thought about. As soon as Lucifer ceased to be, Mazikeen was visited by the hosts of heaven. And they tell Mazikeen that they can no longer hear or feel the presence of God, of Yahweh. The presence is no longer there. And even with all of this, the angels still blame Lucifer for having some kind of scheme that cut them off from the presence's grace, voice, and glory. And Lucifer erased himself so thoroughly that it was as if he never happened in the first place. Without Lucifer, there was no organized rebellion in heaven, and there was no one among the fallen angels to take control of the barren wasteland that would once become hell. There weren't even any old stories of Lucifer back in the caveman days, back when people would do things they would blame the devil for. But now without Lucifer, these things are still being done, yet they have no one to blame for it. Hell became a barren wasteland with no kingdom where demons would just feast on other demons and whatever spare soul that would just come across it. Michael, along with the other host of angels, felt weak. Like Michael, who was the symbol of omnipotent and infinite power, was considered to be weak. So weak to the point that the angels had to resort to cannibalism on the angels known as Remiel and Duma, who were the angels that took over hell after Lucifer gave Dream the key to hell. And the joke that Mazikeen was saying to the angels is that without Lucifer, there is no God. And without either, heaven and hell become the same place. Lucifer knew that no matter how much things changed, they would always go back to being the same because that is the way that Yahweh created the universe. The universe will always have a devil and it will always have a Lucifer. We see that solidified when one of the angels basically falls from the silver city, and there will be another fallen angel that is cast out from heaven, and it will be Lucifer. This is his plan to show creation that he is not responsible for their sins, that they will have committed their sins with or without his influence. Lucifer is the literal concept of the fallen angel. In DC Comics, if Lucifer were to cease to exist, God will leave and all of creation will fall apart. That is what happens if death would ever claim Lucifer.